gift yourself time for yourself. And even if it's just for a walk, don't bring headphones, don't bring your dog, try to do it yourself so you can just like be with you. I'm a busy person. I have 3 kids. Like I'm constantly going. I have 2 jobs and I'm always around people. And then there's times where I'm just like, I just want to go and sit on the ground. And I do. I go to East Lake and I'll go sit by like the water by East Lake and I'll just sit there and just pray and just like be and close my eyes and picture myself on the hill again, because it's a gift.
Here's the deal. We're 2 moms and we popped babies out in our 40s. And it's hard. It was hard.
It's also the best thing that's ever happened to either one of us.
Yeah, but now we're moms in our 40s.
In our 40s.
With preschoolers. So let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
Let's bring the community together of women.
All the moms, 40, 20.
And also, like, let's just talk about, like, real shit. Real life, real women shit.
Yeah, real women shit. Let's do that.
Shit's hard. And also, it's funny. Life is funny.
Let me just pull my bush out of my bush.
Cheers.
Cheers. Unfiltered.
Because if you want a show, we're a shit show. We're here for you.
Yeah.
Welcome to my church, mamas.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Introducing Megs the Legs, Mallory, Schmallory, and Cal. Okay.
Cow gal.
Cow gal.
She's my cow girl.
We haven't used the soundboard in a while because
that was fun.
It's so far away. Like, I guess this is why people have sound technicians. You want to be our sound technician for $0 an episode?
Sign up now.
Call us.
Don't everybody jump at once.
Yeah. Hold on, we're going to have to swift through these messages. We can't do our episode today because there's so many people coming in fast.
Coming in hot.
Welcome, everybody. I really am Cal. And
I really am Megs.
Yep, and we're...
It's really his mouth.
We're going to go for Mal today. Is that all right?
That's fine.
We like to shorten it. Mm-hmm. I figure if I do Cal instead of Callie, then some people know that it's not Kaylee. Like, so it just like it alleviates some of the confusion. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The finesses, the phoneticals. Mm-hmm. Thank you for bringing that to stage. So we're so blessed to have this amazing guest. We're so blessed to have this guest. Because we're just ready. And last night we're like, we have an opening for tomorrow. That never happens. Just like this last minute thing. And of course the universe was like, absolutely. Should she be on the show? Should we pick her out and have her read that message and say, yes, that's the one that needs to be here?
Yep.
So we'd like to introduce Miss Mallory. Oh, I forgot I turned the volume down. What was that? It was the wrong one. Miss Mallory. Okay, maybe I shouldn't be using the soundboard today.
Why not? It's bringing a lot of joy, I think.
Yeah, it is. We've done some recordings where then you just can't hear the sounds, but we're just cracking up and the sounds just aren't going. We're like, okay, that's perfect. Anywho, Mal.
What's up?
Welcome.
I'm so excited.
Yay.
When I saw your post, I was like, oh my gosh, I think this is its time. Because we've talked about it.
We have talked about it. So here we are. We want to start off just by telling us about you, your family. Like, are you a mature-ish mom, or like how mature on a scale of 1 to 10 do you feel like you are? Just all the things. Just catch everybody up.
Yeah. Okay. So, am I a mature-ish mom? Ish. Ish for sure. On a scale, it depends on the day. But I mean, I call myself a weird mom, but it's like a good thing. I'm like you, Cal. I have older kids and I have a little. My oldest is 19 and just started his second year of college in California. He plays baseball out there. And then I have a 16-year-old and then I have a 7-year-old. So yeah, I have all the ages. Pick an age, and I have one. I bet you. But yeah, I'm a mature-ish. I would say ish more than mature.
I think she qualifies.
I think so too. Yeah,
you made it.
You made it.
You're in the club.
Boom. Your membership is in the mail.
Yep. You're going to be getting your card.
Wait.
Yeah.
And your frequent flyer miles are coming up.
Ooh, good.
Yeah.
And your hormone replacement therapy will be.
Thank God. That's good.
We have different tools for your hot flashes that are going to be coming in hot.
That's good.
So like a cooling vest.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Red light
Nice.
mask.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love a red light mask.
Yep.
For sure.
We should do. Where's mine? We can just toss her on for the episode.
Toss her on.
That won't be awkward for anybody who's talking.
Mom, what's up? Just like with the look like Darth Vader.
My poor children, like every night, because I do it at night, and then they're just like, now they're kind of used to it. Like, Mom, that's kind of scary. I'm like, yeah, but Mommy's looking very pretty.
That reel you made was hilarious.
For sure.
It was scary though, right?
Yeah, it was scary.
'Cause that's just what I look like.
You were like,
We got to play into it a little bit.
Yeah.
Little spooky-ish.
yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so you don't know much about Mallory.
No, we had a very lovely meeting in July.
Yeah.
And we talked a little bit. We were like, I was like, this girl's cool. I like her. And she was like wearing like the coolest outfit ever.
Every time.
Yeah. So, of course I just like gravitated over. I'm like, hey, cool girl.
I see that you're also in your electric blue era.
I do. I love that. So yeah, I knew she had kids.
Two were there.
So we're there.
Two were
So
there.
we're all caught up then.
Now you know me.
Now everyone knows just as much as I do.
Yep. Back to that
Everybody.
one. Everybody. You want your tea? You can get your
do.
tea. Go ahead. You could do it. Yeah, you. Okay, so Mallory has an insanely, all of us have some like really beautiful stories, and we could talk about how she conceived her babies or how she delivered them or, what she did for her kid's first birthday. But we're not going to talk about any of that. We're going to talk about really her journey these last, what would you say? Is it 5 years? Like, when do you feel like you started really stepping in?
Yeah,
5
about
years?
5 years after my second divorce.
Okay. So her 5 years and just this maybe internal slight transformation that she's been undergoing, because it's really freaking cool. And just kind of what that looks like. So we want to learn about that transition and kind of how it's been introduced to you, because they still are like, what the hell is she talking about? Because I haven't given it away.
I'm so excited.
I'm gripping at my seat.
We know.
Yeah, we know.
We've talked.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So 5 years ago, I was going through a divorce, and it was my second divorce. So I felt like I already knew like the process of things, and like, okay, I know that I'm gonna have these emotions, but like I want to show up in the divorce like not with my emotions of a breakup, but like more of like how it can benefit my little one and our co-parenting. So I felt like I was like, oh, I was ahead of the game. And then my ex-husband, who was never been divorced before, his journey was completely different. And I think it was our first Thanksgiving without each other, and like without his kid, like without Ford. And then he had like the older boys too. And he called and he was just like hysterical. And I was like, hi, how are you? Like, just like no compassion at all. And that's just not
Happy
who I am.
Thanksgiving.
And I was like, why are you so sad? Like, like rude. Like, I truly like was so disconnected of like real emotion. It was like, oh, I should probably like see why I have no compassion.
And this is your youngest's dad, right?
Okay. And he's amazing. He's a really, really good dad. We're just not good partners. We're really good co-parents too. So that's like, I'm so grateful for that. But yeah, so that was like my first indication. I should probably like see what's wrong with, like, not what's wrong with me, like where the disconnect is, because I am a compassionate person. And then I got a tarot reading from one of my friends. And then she's like, you need to meet my teacher now, who is Wolf, who does like an energetic body work. And he's an elder in the Lakota community. And so, yeah, so I was like, okay, let's do it. And I made the appointment. I made it for a Thursday, but I made it on a Sunday. And then that like Wednesday, my oldest, which Carter, he was like, I think he was like 30. Yeah, he was like 13. Maybe, who cares? He was like 13. He was young. He was 13. And he goes, I got to go take this call. And at the time, so I left my second husband June 8th of 2020. And then my older kid's dad moved to Texas on a 3-day notice, July 7th of 2020. So my older kids lost both father figures within a month of each other. So,
and it's COVID.
And it's COVID.
Right in the middle, like the scariest part of it.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Here you guys go.
But here's your platter of life lessons.
Here's your platter of shit.
Exactly. And so when he left, he went to go talk to his dad, and he came back and I go, what was that? It was like a 45-minute conversation. And he goes, I told Dad how I felt about being abandoned by him and what he did to me and Garrett. And I was like, damn. okay.
And he was
He was 13. Like
Wow.
grown men don't even tell their dad things like that. Like,
Right.
but I was like, okay. And then so then Sunday, that was like a Wednesday, and then Thursday was my session with Wolf. And he sat me and was sitting right in front of me. And he's like, okay. He's like, what brought you here? What's your intention? I was like, I have no compassion. And I was like, and I know the trauma that I caused, or that I felt I caused after my first divorce, being not like aware of these things, like through the healing process. And I didn't want to do that this time. And so he goes, well, just so you know, by you starting this journey, you are healing 7 generations behind you and 7 generations ahead of you. And then what came to me was like my son talking to his dad. And he goes, yeah, the moment you decided that journey, like it's helping your kids instantly. And for him to have that courage. And I was like, cool. So then I go through my session and
Can I
yeah.
ask a question? Pick me. Just because, like, I think especially this is a wild new world. Some of you guys are like, yeah, I know, 7 behind, 7 ahead. And so you're like, what the hell are you talking about?
Sorry.
But so what you're saying is that you made this, because the dates were important. You made this appointment on a Sunday. You made the call. So you opened the door to the universe to say, I'm ready to start doing some different things in my life on a Sunday. And then directly after that, your son, your 13-year-old, stepped into this wildly adult form of being. And that's what Wolf, your new teacher, was basically confirming, is that you were already, by making that choice and having done nothing else, you just made the decision, you already opened the doors.
Yeah. And I had no clue. I was like, oh, damn. And I mean, I didn't even realize how impactful that was. And like, I reflect on it even now after 5 years, you know, I'm like, dang, like just that one choice, like that instant of being like, okay, it's time to not sit in like, pour me feel the feels, but also like take action, like even if you have no idea what that ride looks like, because I have no idea what I was gonna get myself into.
I think it's really cool because even if someone isn't necessarily on that same journey that you're going through, like that's very intentional in a very spiritual space. But I think people can relate, because even you just saying that, I know I can relate, that there have been moments in my life that I have made a decision and things instantly changed. Just from making a decision and deciding that this is not the way it's going to be anymore. And then it's like all these blocks just start stacking on top of each other. And it's like, wow, how powerful that we have that power inside of us just to do that, you know? So that's a really cool thing. So
Yeah, it was really cool.
continue.
I'm like, okay.
And you.
And
We'll raise our hands if we need.
cool. So I had my session with Wolf. It was wonderful. And it literally was just like a floodgate of me just learning, doing different modalities, of like trying to really work at my, like the stuff that was like stopping me from fully loving, stopping me from being the best mom and the best woman I could be for myself, but also for like people around me. I'm a hairstylist. So like working with people and seeing like the impact of just like, you know, like changing their hair, like and I know that's very surface level, but it really isn't on any level. Like it's very deep.
I think that there's something special too, even just like yours. I'm just a hairstylist. You touching people, you getting that close. People don't touch people on a regular basis. So you are transferring energy with people every day, multiple times. So yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, and it's actually like I don't want to say we're the only, but like we're definitely in America, our society doesn't cherish hair in a spiritual way, but like there's so many different cultures that like they don't even cut their hair unless they're grieving, you know. And then just being a hairstylist and seeing like, I know I could put money on it. If somebody comes in and wants a full hair transformation, they're going through a divorce, they're going through a breakup, they just had a baby, they just got married. There's like life-changing things that are happening.
Like literally
right?
yesterday, the day before, I'm like, I think I'm going to chop all my hair off. Like, because I was just,
Right
it's
after
just time.
right after I had cast and I cut my own bangs.
Yeah.
That was
Just
my
like
hairstylist was like, don't do that anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I
like,
always tell
okay.
mine. I'm like,
She's like, just come in and I'll cut it. It'll take me 5 seconds.
it's complimentary. Just come in. Like literally.
Please don't do it.
But yes, 100%.
You know?
Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
all been there. I know every woman I know has like gone through a breakup, chopped all their hair off.
What an interesting innate thing to do.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there
it's
has to be
changed.
It's our
connection.
cultural
It
like
is.
heritage.
Well,
like,
and we hold energy in our hair. Like we doing energy work now from my journey of like healing. I've gotten into different modalities to help do energy work. So like I know that like I offer a service where I literally am getting messages of what we're letting go of. and it's wild.
That's
I'm
amazing.
Yeah. It's
No, we're
wild.
going to trip people up in this. Some people
I
are going to be
know.
like, what the
Like,
hell
what
are
the
they
hell
talking
did they
about?
just-
But that's why we're doing it. Like, because the exposure therapy to people, like they don't have to take it all, but they can be like, okay, there was this one whack job girl with her whack job friends. Yeah. The crazy lady.
And I made an appointment.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And then I realized like I was meeting with Wolf the next week.
Yeah, exactly.
For real. And it's like that too. Like,
Yeah.
you're just like, yeah. So I got into my spiritual, like as I was like going and doing different like ceremonies, like
Because you're working on yourself at this time.
yeah,
with
that's
Wolf,
literally
or-
with Wolf, with different practitioners doing like Reiki and sound baths and breath work and cold plunges and different retreats. And, I was working one-on-one with Wolf. I was going down to sweat lodges. I was doing ayahuasca retreats. I was doing like all, like, honestly, I felt like well, that's how I am anyway, but I just dive in when I'm just passionate. And I just knew that it wasn't for me. When Wolf said that to me, like my mom guilt went away. And I was like, it's for me, but I'm doing this, gifting this to my kids because I'm showing up authentically and like I'm able to say sorry like more authentically and deeper when I don't have patience or whatever, but I also am showing them and leading by example that like choosing you and loving you is gonna pour into everything around you, and it's part of that. And it's like looking at it and like, I know like there's times where I'm like, oh, at least you'll have that to talk to your therapist. Like for my kids, like I'm like, sorry about that. Like especially my older kids, because I was 21 when I had my oldest, and I'm like, sorry, you're my practice child. But you're doing great. Like I'm like so proud of you. Like, and he's amazing. And so is Garrett. Like, but then like Ford, I have a completely different mom. He's just like, he just gets all the woo-woo mom.
Oh, yeah, because he only knows woo-woo mom.
Oh, yeah.
Because you were like, quote unquote, normal mom. I don't even like those terms because like hopefully like we all start to make the transition into understanding spirituality and this huge world that's out there, like the universe that's there for us. But right now, it kind of still is that the people who don't believe or don't understand, it's not even a belief, right? It's just an understanding. The people who don't understand get that normal. But you had this entire transformation. So your baby only knows like he's going to be always spiritually connected. Like this kid, just one story. He spins his own money around his head. He's 7 years old because it was going to bring more money. So I'm like, I'm watching. I'm like, what you doing? He's just like, found a quarter.
For real, it really does work. I swear to you. And that's a Bosnian thing, like a Bosnian wives' tale. One of my best friends are Bosnian, and they taught me that, and I saw it instantly happen where we got money from random strangers, and I was like, ooh, let's twirl that money, like always. Exactly.
Twirl it.
Exactly.
How cool.
Yeah, I mean, and even like when he comes back from his dad's, because I call it transition day from being a divorced families, and no matter how healthy both parents are and how great it is, it's a transition day. And the energy from one home to another is going to be different. Like, and just even the different people that you're around. And so like, he'll come home and I'll smudge him with sage. And then like, I remember he was like, Ford was like, I want to say maybe 3 or 4. And he was just melting down. I go, what is wrong, baby? And he goes, I didn't smudge. I was like, okay, let's go smudge. Like, it was so cute. So he just knows. Like, he just knows that this is going to make you feel better. And my mom's going to do it. Like,
And he had an honest internal emotional reaction, you guys.
just needed to
Like,
smudge.
yeah.
It was so
I'm
cute.
feeling like maybe I need to be doing some transition like every 3 hours here at the Carroll household with
Yeah,
my kids
right?
going back and forth to grandma's in here.
I constantly
kidding.
am smudging my house.
Just like build a campfire of sage.
just
Right.
out in the front. They
Yeah,
just pass.
so they pass through, and every time they come back and
I gotta
forth.
get my
Right.
salt back out there.
Exactly.
Oh my
I
gosh.
really have all that stuff.
Yeah.
I remember
No,
when
I
I
get
started saging, and my older boys are like, "What the hell, mom?" And I'm just like, we need it. We just need it." And then they'd be like, "It smells." I'm like, "You need it more." Like, because you don't like the smell. It's your Now
you're
they
the
just
problem
know.
then.
They just. Right, I'm all,
Guess who's
come
the
here,
problem?
come here,
Yeah.
breathe.
Yeah.
Like, no, but they're used to it. And then I think it was the shift of them like being like, oh, they're seeing the difference. I did a ceremony that I was called to 3 years ago. Well, 4 years ago I was called to it. I just finished my 3rd year this year. But like when I came back, like Garrett's like, Mom, before the and then Mom After the Hill, which is the ceremony. And it's when I go out and I sit outside in the wilderness on the hill, and I don't have anything.
Explain this
I
whole
know, I was
process, because
like,
this is
okay.
wild. I think that people should know.
Yeah. So
Wait, what point in your journey did you do the hill? Because there's Mom Before the Hill and Mom After the Hill, and you did the hill.
It was probably, well, the first time I did it was 3 years ago. So
A couple years into your journey.
So just like a year or two into my journey, I went and supported a friend. And then I was like, it was very adamant, like, and I even fought it, that I was supposed to do it too. And I was like, I don't think so. Like, I don't know if that's the really thing I want to do. Yeah. But it was like, I was literally being called to it. And what I mean by that is, like, I went in a sweat lodge and I was like, I felt that I was supposed to do it. And then I went and I like laid down and I like saw, like, it was like a dream, and I saw me out doing this. And then I like talked to Wolf, my teacher, and he like shared it. He's like, pray about it and see if this is what it's still being called to do, then this is what you need to do to make an offering. And then that night I prayed right before I went to bed, and my grandma came to me. And I have like unliving relatives that come to me in dreams and stuff like that, but they're like spirits, really. Like, you can feel their essence is what I mean by that. She came to me in her like full, like her human form, and she goes, baby, you're doing this. And I go, are you sure? Like, even then I was like, I don't think so. Like, because I mean, I didn't even camp. And you're going out. Like, the first year when I was supporting, I asked my second husband, Ben, I was like, hey, I need to borrow a tent, and it needs to be easy to put up. And he started laughing because he thought I was joking. I was like, no, I'm going to need you to put it up. And then he's showing me how to do it. And he's like, I'm not going to be there. I'm going to need you to do this too. Pay attention. I was like, shoot, okay, take it apart, because I'm going to need that too. And so, I'm like seriously fighting this.
Carrying a whole tent down the hill because she's like, I couldn't take it apart.
No, I know, right? For real.
Drives with it on top of her car, just wind flapping.
I'm like, it's fine. Someone else will use it. Just kidding. No, it was like a thing. It was like,
oh my gosh.
Again, I'm a girl, a very girly girl. Like,
like kind of like that. You're a hairdresser.
Yeah.
Like, this is what we do. Where you wear adorable clothes, you always look super cute,
Yeah,
and
your
then you're
makeup's
going
on point.
camping.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, what? Okay.
Yeah.
So I went, and the first year, yes.
Before this journey started, did you have those sorts of like dreams, or did you feel a connection to people that were past?
Yeah. So my best friend died when I was 14, and I don't really. This is the first time I'm publicly sharing this.
This is what we do here, girl.
Okay. Sorry,
This is what we do.
in the mic.
No, that's the people liked it.
Sorry for your ears. So my best friend died when I was 14, and I actually knew she died before they told us she died. I didn't know that then. Now looking back, and I like in that journey, the 5-year journey, I was able to like realize all this. And she came to me in my dream, and it's interesting because when they're visions or like they're like coming to visit me, it doesn't feel like a dream. Like, my dreams are like whimsical feeling. It's more like a movie, and I'm watching a movie, or I'm in the movie, like that way. So that's kind of the vibe it get. My dreams are. So Lauren came to me in that dream, and she I knew she passed. So but I, like, as a 14-year-old, I kept, every time I saw that, I'd open my eyes and like, don't think that, because I know how powerful thoughts are. Obviously none of us can, our thoughts cannot kill anybody, or like, or have things like that happen. So like, I was just like, don't think like that. Don't think like that. And I pushed it down. And then I, like, from this journey is when things started opening up. And I mean, she's come to me multiple times. Like, I've had an uncle come to me when I was on the hill this year. Like, yeah. So, I guess I could say I'm a medium.
Yeah.
Like,
and you have been since before this even started. You just didn't know to start it until you were almost 40.
Yeah.
I think we figure a lot of shit out when we're around 40.
40 is a magical age.
is.
If you guys
It
haven't
really
hit
is.
it yet, it's cool too. Like, sometimes that sounds scary, or the change sounds scary, but it's hard, and it can be scary going through it, but man, it's damn cool.
I call it like, we're like fine wine. We just keep getting better.
I know.
You know?
I know. I heard something that it was like the first half of your life is like learning, like just like learning. And then the second half after 40 is like doing and being, like you finally learned not everything, but you learned a lot about just life and people and how you want to be and who you want to be. And then now after 40, you get to do that. You get to be that person and do that person and continue working on all of that cool stuff.
Yeah, girl. So now you're on the hill.
So I made my commitment to be on the hill, and then
How did that feel when you finally made the commitment?
I was just like, what in the world did I just get myself into? I mean, it was just like, for real. It was a very, like, I knew that in all of my being, I'm supposed to do this. Like, I really do feel like I'm supposed to be that person in my family that heals our generational trauma, that looks at those and has those hard conversations that haven't been had in generations, you know. And it's interesting because I just feel like I can feel things come up, like with my even like with my ancestors that I don't even know, like, that have happened. And then to witness prayers and things being answered that with like my living relatives, like, and then also like now seeing like things that are happening for my future from all of these like prayers that I've like put out there, like while I was on doing, and I don't want to say just while I was on the hill, like just really just showing up for myself and just showing up knowing that like this works sucks sometimes. Like, doing shadow work is no fun. It's also like taking accountability and like how you showed up, because it's not just that other person that, like, my mommy issues don't just come from my mom. Like, how am I showing up to like be a better human for her as a daughter, you know? But yeah, so yeah, my journey, it's been crazy. Like, and it still unfolds. Like, and when I go out on the hill, like, it's,
what is that? Will you explain
I know, I was
that
just gonna say that. I was like, so it's an ancient ceremony that was gifted by the white calf buffalo woman, and it's a ceremony that is very sacred, and I feel very, very honored that me as a white woman gets to do these ceremonies. But what it means is called Hamblecha, which means crying in the night. This ceremony is basically, we go into the night and we cry and we pray for people. We sacrifice ourselves to pray for the goodness of humanity, basically, in a very, very like simple form of saying it, you know. And basically what we have when we go out there is our prayer pipe and a quilt, a blanket, a tarp. And we sit out there and we pray, and we don't have food or water for up to 4 days or 4 nights. My teacher allows us to choose, like, well, Spirit tells us, or the universe tells us, God, how you spell it, I feel, you know. And so I've been known the whole time that I have to do 4 years. I know the whole time I have to do 4 nights and 4 days. And the first year was really hard. Really, well, they're not easy at all, but the first year was like, yeah, that was hard. And then I feel like my second year, I was definitely more into my practice of meditating and praying, and just like the journey of like being with me. Because when you're out there by yourself and you're stripped of everything, you're literally like faced with you and you. And you. And you.
For 4 days straight, for 24, 48 and 48 is 90 something. A lot of hours.
Lots of hours. And it's funny because like those times where I'm like, okay, so the sun's right there, and now it's probably 3.
Yeah.
And I have no clue. But yeah, but it's so interesting too. Like, I never once doubted that I would be okay, would be okay. Like, I knew like Spirit and my ancestors would take care of me. I've never once doubted it. And then it's so funny because what the first year, Carter was like sending me, like, Carter's my oldest, and he would send me like links from like, you're only allowed to have 3 days with no water. You're going to die. Like, you're going to die and we need you. Like, you know, like you're like our person, Mom. Like, we're like, you know. And then when I called him, when I got off the hill, he was like, hallelujah. He's like, she lives. And I'm like, you're such a dork. But I mean, it's also a sacrifice for my kids when I do this. Like, the first 2 years, I missed Carter's birthdays, you know, because it was out there. But I knew I had to do it, and we talked. Last year, the second year, I didn't miss his birthday because he turned 18. I did it, but I missed taking him to college the first year. My mom took him. But I knew it's bigger than us. And him and I talk about things like this, and he's like, okay, Mom. He trusts. I think he does. I don't necessarily know if he believes, but he trusts. But he doesn't have to believe. He has his own path on that, you know? Yeah. So yeah, and honestly, like the first year too, I was told I owned a salon. I had a salon for 6 years, a boutique, you know, all of the things. I got off the hill and closed my business 20 days later because I knew that wasn't what I was supposed to be doing. And each year it keeps showing me the different things that I'm supposed to be doing. And all of it is me incorporating my beauty industry and the holistic together, because they are supposed to be together. And I was gifted, I call it gifted, from God, Spirit, the universe, whoever it was, a few ceremonies that to be able to offer to to people to be able to feel beautiful from the inside out, and so now it's like it's been like brewing. It's been brewing, and now it's time to like really fully step into it and doing those ceremonies and not necessarily there's ceremonies, like, our life is a ceremony, like that's, but yeah. Now I feel like I'm just like blah, blah, blah.
No, you're like
That is all amazing.
Yeah. I know one thing that I'd have a question for if I was a listener is like the fear of your health, like you were talking about. But I know you mentioned to me that you do have like a bell or something. So if you need support when you're on the hill, right, there's like backup.
Yeah. So we have support in camp, and we have we're not on camp. And so Wolf, he'll come down and check on us, and it's not, and I don't want to say too much because I don't want to it is a sacred,
but you're safe.
Yeah,
the point is being like,
and
you're
safe. And at any time, I mean, the first year I blew the whistle so many times. I was using my whistle as a pendulum. I'm like, I overcommitted. I cannot do this. I overcommitted, and I blew the whistle, and was like, no, dude, you didn't overcommit. He did not say it like that either. He does not speak like, no, dude.
No, dude. He didn't. He didn't.
Yeah. So, but
sit down.
Yeah.
So because now that you're saying it, so you're not alone on the hill. There's other people around. Is everyone?
So the first, yes and no.
Okay.
So you are by yourself. Yes. And then, there's some people, the first year and this year, there were people around. The second year I was the only one that sat when I sat, out there because I went in a different time, so that he has 2 different ceremonies that he'll do in America. He'll do them in Europe too. And
I think without, like you said, like these are sacred, so you can't share too much. But I think the main thing for me when you've shared about it is that most of us can't be left with our own thoughts for 2 minutes in the line at a grocery store. We get on our phone, we start scrolling, we have to look, we have to read, like we just can't get in our mind. Me doing the sauna like continuously when Megs isn't there just to jack around with, and I'm in my space for 20 solid minutes in an uncomfortable position is 20 minutes is pretty challenging. And we're talking 96 hours that she is really pouring into herself and her thoughts. And to me, what that really comes down to is creating space from all of the busy so that we can receive, because all of us have the ability to receive, but we don't have the space because we keep ourselves so busy. Yeah. Does that make sense? So it's like this, and I know that there's so much more that goes into it, but like for like layman's terms, or like for all of us, like what would that be like? That's the experience I think of. I was like, can you be in silence and by yourself for 4 days?
Right. Well, and also too, I think with that, it's more of not about ourselves. Like that ceremony is not about ourselves. Like it's not about you. Definitely, you're going to receive no matter what. When you're praying for somebody else, you're praying for yourself. Like, because I believe we're all one. We're all from spirit. We're all from God. However you spell that for you. It is like when you have that struggle, you don't think about yourself in that struggle. You think, okay, I'm praying for those people that like don't get to eat because they don't have the food. Like I pray for those people that don't have water is clean for them to drink. Like or even like, just like I pray for those people that don't have the strength to sit right now for themselves. They do have the strength. I pray that they find that strength. I pray that they find that love that they can give themselves, because everybody already has it, So it's taking that thought off of us and making it about like the love around us. And that's what helps you get through sitting with yourself. And I'm telling you, like things come up about yourself, but then it's like, okay, because you have to pray for yourself too, because that's like you are part of that. Like you are part of that, So yeah, it gets you through it.
Yeah.
But and then I crave it. Like, I mean, I'm a busy person. I have 3 kids. Like I'm constantly going. I have 2 jobs, like, and I'm always around people. But now, and then there's times where I'm just like, I just want to go and sit on the ground. And I do. I go to East Lake and I'll go sit by like the water by East Lake, and I'll just sit there and just pray and just like be and close my eyes and picture myself on the hill again, because it's a gift to be able to, especially as a single mom, like a mom in general, but like, I don't have, like, I had my older boys 100% of the time, so it's such a gift to be able to sit with yourself. And I hope everybody, and I pray that everybody gives themselves that gift, even if it's like 20 minutes a day, like you said, like that's a gift for you to get to know you because you're fucking cool.
Yeah.
You're so cool.
I love the idea, and unfortunately, I think that it is unknown to many to pray for others without a specific request, or like, so you see a prayer request and it probably runs to your heart or your mind, or I hope it does. Or like for me, I see a helicopter or an ambulance or something and I immediately pray. But just to take the time and like to take 20 minutes. Imagine if you took 20 minutes and just prayed for people. Prayed for people you don't know. Pray for people you know. Pray for prayers that people haven't asked for. Pray for one of your friends, wealth and ultimate success in their business that maybe before you were kind of rooting against because you were jealous. You find your space, like yourself, in a different space when you're praying for the overall good of the humankind, of not just the humankind, just of all, and it transforms the way that your heart feels. And I don't think I really started praying those types of prayers probably the same, like maybe like the last like 7 or 8 years. Like I started doing gratitude, but really like diving into prayer for other people. That's one of my primary midnight activities. My perimenopause, 2 a.m. wake up. This is what I'm going to do right now. I'm just going to start praying.
Your perimenopause prayers.
Perimenopause prayers. Another thing that's gifted to you when you're in your 40s. If you can't sleep, you still can pray.
Pray. Well, and I also think like when I started with the practice that I'm in, like I was like afraid to use the word prayer, and like I'd be like, oh, I gotta, but I shifted it to a prayer is just a conversation. Just have a conversation. And
like
then
you were
flows.
scared that like a prayer, like it has to be a certain way.
I was raised Catholic, and like, I don't know, like, and there's nothing bad about that. And I just feel like at first I was like, oh, I sat there and prayed. I felt nervous talking about that. I prayed. Now I'm like, I pray. Like if I pray for all, I pray walking my kid to school. I pray like in the car. I pray for like sunsets and sunrises and the animals and like, I'm praying for everything because it's all one. We're all like living, and we're all here sharing the space on the earth. But it is a conversation with your higher source, whatever that looks like. Even if it's just like the universe or God or spirit, however you spell it, it's just a conversation with them.
And the washing that does, like I've really been into my practice of Ho'oponopono lately, which is just a consistent prayer that's running in the background of your mind that's like cleaning and clearing everyone. And it's soothing. Like it's this like mantra. Prayer can be this soothing mantra where your energy space no longer has the availability to be pissed about the person who's driving too fast or driving too slow or didn't use their turn signal, or the look that you get. Like you don't even notice, like before you're like, is that person, like our 4 agreements, like, is that person looking at me a certain way, or you don't have time because you were too busy praying for the squirrel that's over there. Like you're like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't notice. I was in like lost in a positive way of being. And that doesn't mean that you're checked out. It means that you're checked into this different, like, internal show up, I guess.
It's the like higher vibration of things.
Right. Yeah. And I found that when I do sit and pray intentionally, especially in a space where we're like talking about the sauna, because the same, when you're not there, that's what I do. I literally close my eyes and like pray.
Yeah.
I noticed that it just starts pouring out, no matter, like if I just start and I start with whatever, if it's a request or even if it's just like something that I need to pray, that I'm like, okay, God, this is what I need to talk to you about today. And then it just starts pouring out. And even that 20 minutes in the sauna, it sucks because it's hot. But I open my eyes because like the door opens and I open my eyes and I'm like, oh, 17 minutes have gone by. Like that's amazing.
And there's 17 people in here and there was one.
Yeah,
when you started.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's like, it's just so amazing. So I think just like anything, getting started, just starting that process and putting those things and thoughts into motion will continue to have that motion forward for you in positivity and prayer and showing up that way.
I can't stop thinking about, so like a kite, right? Where your initial prayer is that big, like just the old school triangle from Mary Poppins, right? And then there's all the little flags that are on it. And when you open up one and you send it up, like all these other little things are just like, they're naturally just pulled from it because it's just, I think that's the way that it works. It just, it follows. It's like this string that's streamlined.
Go fly a kite up to the highest height.
I love all the Mary Poppins songs. Like if we want to get down on all of them right now, but let's not because we're doing it. But I kind of want to.
We can do it later.
We'll do it later. So what I really want to know, Mallory, like having shared all of that, or like just to kind of start to bring us towards the end, which we could just talk forever really about this stuff.
Yeah.
But like, so what do you feel like, or do you want to share about what that means for the direction of where you're going next?
Okay.
And you don't have to share because you have some exclusive ideas too.
I do, but
they're
already being launched. I literally like got the name of my new business where I can combine the two, like, and I've everything is starting to launch. So excited. That's so exciting. I'm like, it's so exciting because I've been offering my healing, I call it a healing hair release, which that name might change, but it's a haircut where you get a service, a healing service. So you get like a sound bath, you get Reiki, it's an intuitive and very intentional haircut. So you come in having intentions of what you're wanting to let go of. And then we go do the service, and then we offer the hair to the earth because we're not trash. We don't throw away ourselves. And the earth like can recycle our hair. And so so my plan and my what I'm working and doing is offering the healing. I don't really like using that word, but like you doing these holistic services for the beauty industry. So having like the transformational styling, having from like colors to cuts to extensions to even just like a normal haircut, not even, I don't want to say normal, but just your basic haircut, because you're still transforming as you're letting go, but including those services of sound baths and like breath work and things like that. But so that's what I'm stepping into in my beauty practice. And then I do retreats, heart openings, one-on-one sessions. And my modalities I work with is sound, breath, and Reiki. And then I work with your ancestors too, so that you can we can work on healing the web so that our world can be just not just have more love, Yeah. And I feel like Spirit's gonna unfold the things that are supposed to be unfolded, and the timing's there, and I know it's now. So there's definitely timing. They're like, we
just had that conversation here in the kitchen not that long, just a couple days ago.
Yeah, where it's like timing is now.
Yeah,
and it's urgent, and I think it's so important too because this is having so much more light on it, like the holistic or the woo woo or whatever on all over, not just the beauty industry, but all over. I think that the time is now, because it's not that it's always been here. It's just people have had different lenses on, and now we're changing our lenses to seeing and the different vibrations of what it could be, but also knowing that it's just different of how we spell it, Yeah. It's not, yeah.
And this is universally, this is if you talk to pretty much anybody who's connected to spirituality, they're going to say the time is now. But it was 500 years ago, but I think it's that's been coming, but the time is actually now.
And it's urgent. I feel like my elders when I learn from my elders, they're the time is, they've been saying, like you said, they've been saying it for a while, but now it's no, it's now. And it's more prevalent to start just really embodying love, but not just for it's inside. So it's embodying love inside so we can pour out, and it just naturally trickles,
Yeah.
It's that. The sunshine effect.
So what would you give our ladies then that are watching? If a suggestion of how they can positively contribute, or something you could leave them with today of how they can assist in this impact, because it is a global effort. It takes all of us.
Yeah, I would say gift yourself time for yourself. And even if it's just for a walk, don't bring headphones, don't bring your dog, don't bring, try to do it yourself so you can just be with you. And then also buy yourself flowers. I think that we just don't buy ourselves enough flowers. And you can use those flowers as a reminder of how beautiful you guys you are. That's literally what flowers are there for, is to shine on us. But we are, if we're all the same that, you're just as beautiful and high vibrational. So yeah,
that's
lovely.
Did she bought us the most beautiful flowers when she came here?
Also,
I can buy myself flowers.
Exactly.
Okay, go ahead.
Also, if you want to, how do people find you for your types of things?
Great question.
We've never asked that actually.
I know. I was in the shower last night and I'm like, we probably should start promoting our people's stuff that they
because
want.
they're amazing. Yeah. Good
So
job.
tell them, Mal.
Thank you. Okay, so I just started my new Instagram and I'm building my website right now for my Wisdom Keeper Beauty. That's on Instagram right now. It will be on other handles later. But you can also find me at Heart and Sparkle. I don't even know my handle. Heart and Sparkle.
I love it.
Heart and Sparkle Hair Intuitive. That has a lot of my I do tarot, I do healings, and then our energy work, and then hair stuff. So you can connect on there.
Yeah.
I'm I can give you my phone number.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll link it.
720. No. Yeah, we'll link it.
Yeah, we can link all that stuff in our squad for everybody, and at the bottom of this or whatever, we
Yeah.
can link it so
Awesome.
they can find you.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you
for
so much.
having me.
Thank you for praying for all of us and all the things, and also just thank you for being with us today. It was amazing.
Thank you so
And
much.
being this beautiful light.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
Pouring all that. We love you too. Don't be scared to tell all your friends you love them, guys. Love is
Like
strong.
obsessively.
Yeah. Just do it.
Like be annoying about it.
Love you.
I literally messaged my friend today a picture, and I was like, I just want you to know I love you so much. You're so strong. You're so beautiful. And I was like, I feel like she needed that today. I don't know if she did, but I needed to share
Random
that with
Wednesday
I think
morning.
we all need that every day.
Yeah.
Cal and I probably send each other a minimum of 50 voice memos a day, and after every memo, I just
love
was
you.
like, okay, and I love you. Bye.
Oh, I love
Gotta
that.
be. Yeah. So share the love, you guys. And we love you guys. We love your
Yeah.
guts, inside, outside, upside down. All right. See you next Tuesday.
Bye.
Thanks, Mel. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Woo.
Thanks for joining, and don't forget to subscribe and, of course, share with your friends. Guys, that's how we impact more lives. All right, see you next time.
Piggy piggies.
You gotta do it with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring your boyfriend.
Dude, my feet are always so dirty because I
Mine
don't wear
too.
shoes.
I mean,
I take a shower and then I go to yoga and I'm like, okay, they're
Yep.
black again.
I know those
just
mats,
showered.
dude. Those
Yeah.
mats do
They
make
get
your
you.
teeth.
They make your
feet
They
black.
make your teeth so black.
Yeah, because I start chewing on it.
I'm hungry.